Inside of Lumbee Guaranteed Bank Court, it's time for Peach Belt Conference basketball between the UNCP Braves and the Francis Marion Patriots. The Braves, the number 21 team in the country at 14-3, 9-2 in the Peach Belt, take on Francis Marion, their I-95 rivals, at 13-3, 9-2 in the Peach Belt. Welcome to the campus of the University of North Carolina at Pembroke alongside Brandon Hodge. I'm Sam Jelinek here to bring you the action. We've got a great one on tap, as I alluded to, the I-95 rivalry here between Francis Marion and UNCP. A big game in the top half of the Peach Belt Conference, a high-scoring octane offense in Francis Marion. What do the Braves got to do to try and slow that offense down, led by Peach Belt Conference top scorer, Brandon Parker?
Well, Francis Marion is an excellent offensive team, and they are highly skilled at shooting the three ball and getting to the free throw line. UNCP has got to play physical defense, but stay in the game mentally. They cannot let Francis Marion go to the free throw line because they excelled there as well. So they have to play physical but smart also.
Yeah, this is just one of a couple of big games going on here in the Peach Belt Conference this evening, right down the road as well. Augusta and USC Aiken, two of the top three teams in the conference, are going to go at it as well, and that's going to be one that's going to be very big. If Augusta ends up winning that game and UNCP can win this one here as well, the Braves would move into a tie for first place, but that's one we're going to have to let play out as we step aside for the national anthem, a full flag unfurl. We'll be back at the start of this game in just a sec.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. Four values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. Four values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Back inside of Lumbee Guaranteed Bank Court alongside Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek here with you for some Peach Belt Conference basketball. The number 21 UNC Pembroke Braves going up against the Francis Marion Patriots here on their home court. Brandon, we talked in the open. Francis Marion, a dynamic offense. If they get it going here early, the Braves are going to try and have to match them shot for shot. Offensively, where do you think the Braves can kind of attack a very middle-of-the-road Francis Marion defense?
I think inside the paint they have the advantage. They have a height advantage today. The tallest player for Francis Marion is about 6'7", I believe. So definitely you have guys like Carson Mounts, James Murray Boyles, Akia Pruitt in the paint. You have an advantage there. Use it.
And for the Braves, the starting five, the one that we've become accustomed to for basically the entirety of this season: David Strother, Akia Pruitt, Tyrell Kirk. Tyrell is coming off of a little bit of a concussion injury, but the past couple of games he's been back to full force. In the game over the weekend, which the Braves pulled out in overtime against Clayton State, he played the majority of the minutes for this squad. Good to see him back at full strength.
and he's been a huge liability here on the defensive and offensive end for the Braves since his return.
And Jamal Bryant also into the lineup. James Murray Boyles rounds out the starting five for UNCP. The starting five for Francis Marion. These are going to be the 5 players you'll mainly see on the court for the Patriots. They only have a rotation that's about 7 or 8 deep, a stark contrast to the Braves, who have a rotation of 10 that they can go through. But the starting five, Jaquan Perry, Calix Stevens, a freshman, Jaquez Smith, Ryan Davis, and Brandon Parker. Parker, of course, the Peach Belt Conference. Well, I will go out on a limb and say he'll probably end up being the PBC Player of the Year, but right now leading the conference in scoring. He just won another Conference Player of the Week award. 2 out of the past 3 weeks he's hauled in one of those, averaging 20 points per contest. He has just been nothing short of dynamic this year.
He's a 3-point sharpshooter. The Braves are going to have to double team him at times and possibly foul him at times. I wouldn't recommend fouling all the time, but for this guy, he's a 3-point sharpshooter. You definitely do not want him lighting it up on you in this one.
For those of you that aren't familiar with the I-95 rivalry here between UNCP and Francis Marion, in the Peach Belt, really, the Braves are about as far north as the conference goes, alongside Francis Marion. For the most part, as you could probably guess by the name of the conference, everybody else resides in the Peach Belt, which is down south in the Georgia area. But UNCP, Francis Marion, a rivalry that dates back to their Conference Carolinas days. The Braves all-time 45-34 versus Francis Marion, dating back to 1971. So this one's been going on for a while, but last year, the Braves held the edge, winning 3 out of the 4 matchups. They split in the regular season, but the Braves won when it counted most. Once in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament, and then on a buzzer beater by David Struther in the NCAA tournament in the opening round. You got to think that's still lingering on Francis Marion's mind.
Yeah, I think they kind of want some revenge today. That's going to be on the minds of the Patriots.
Well, the Braves are going to stop that revenge dish being served to them. We're ready for tip-off here from Lumbee Guaranteed Bank Court, number 21 in the country versus the number 4 team in the region. Regional rankings were just released. The Braves find themselves at number 3 behind USC, Aiken, and Queens. Here we go. Akia Pruitt into the circle. He'll be going up against Calix Stevens, the freshman, one of the taller players on Francis Marion. Stevens at 6'7", but a lanky 181. Ball in the air, the tip is up, and the Braves win it, and they'll start with the first possession of the game. Just like in the women's game, where the Braves wore their black road uniforms, the men's team does the same here for Blackout Night, also Military Appreciation Night, as Murray Boyles gets tied up, finds a way out of it though. As the shot clock encroaches on 10, Jamal Bryant ends up traveling. An ominous start, to say the least, for the Braves there.
Yeah, you saw the Patriots there double-teaming James Murray Boyles early, limiting his open area.
Jaquez Smith will be the primary ball handler for Francis Marion, taking it up the court there. 5'7", 160, but he knows how to really facilitate an offense, leading the team with 58 assists as he tries to get his own there, and a lot of tall trees to go through. Can't get the shot to fall. Mid-range jumper, Kirk way off the mark, kind of double clutched on that one.
Yeah, that was a very strange shot there, didn't even hit rim.
Now Perry nearly dribbles it off his own foot, but is able to get rid of it. Sloppy start on both ends for each squad, not any too good looks coming up early here. Minute into this one, still scoreless. Here's Perry, ISO against Murray Boyles, nice spin move, but blocked. Braves with a lengthy help defense, able to cause the block. They'll settle down into the half-court offense. Francis Marion as an offensive unit as Murray Boyles right in the middle of the zone. Can't get it to fall, but the tip in for Akia Pruitt. The offensive boards are going to prove to be very fruitful for the Braves today.
And there's an example of that height advantage there for the Braves and the tip in by Pruitt.
3 ball jacked up by Smith off the mark. Ball batted around and the Braves come back down with it. Struther to the basket, a lot of contact, and he finishes.
Strong finish there by Struther.
Struther leading the team in three-point percentage this season at just shy of 50 at 47, but they're taking it all the way to the basket. Now here's Parker with the ball in his hands for the first time, stops, tries to use the glass. Francis Marion coming up empty early, 0 for 3 early on. Murray Boyles, another missed shot to the Braves tally, now 2 for 5. Open look, Perry, and he'll knock it down. First made field goal of the game for Francis Marion. It's a 3-ball for Jaquan Perry. It's a 1-point game just a couple of minutes into this one.
And that's no surprise that the Patriots' first shot is the 3-ball. They are just an excellent 3-point team.
That's where a lot of their shots come from as Pruitt misses, corrals his own miss, and puts it back in. Kia Pruitt with an early 4 points thanks to a tip-in and 2 offensive boards.
Yeah, that's just not even a surprise. I mean, the offensive boards today for the Braves are going to be high in numbers, I believe.
Pruitt was a big factor in the overtime victory against Clayton State, where he poured in 17, an 88-80 victory for the Braves on the road. Davis with a 3 off target. Braves doubling up Francis Marion early on. Trying to settle into the offense. Murray Boyles immediately doubled, almost throws it away. Pruitt recovers. Nice ball movement. Bryant steps inside of the 3-point arc and can't hit. Another offensive rebound, though, for Pruitt. He's got 3 already in this one. And Murray Boyles can't capitalize on the right hook.
Yeah, he's being pressured there in the paint. That's great defense by the Patriots early.
Davis with a nice spin move, able to get rid of the basketball. A little mismatch here. Perry against Pruitt, but he'll give up the rock. Braves trying to limit Brendan Parker's touches by having Tyrell Kirk guard him. But Jaquan Perry can't get his 3 to fall. Rattled in and out, nearly had it. Four minutes gone, nearly a turnover, and there it is for Francis Marion as they'll heave it ahead. Parker to the basket, able to whip and weave his way to lay it in. Francis Marion back to down by 1. Four and a half minutes gone. Braves leading by 1. Bryant inside. Murray Boyles loses the handle. Basketball on the floor, squirts loose, and it's Francis Marion's going the other way. Perry, another 3. Can't get it to fall as it twirls in and out. Perry has 1 3 in this game, but he's gotten a couple open looks that just have not fallen through.
They've kind of rimmed out for him.
Strother able to force himself open with the fadeaway. Can't get it to fall. Both teams struggling from the field early on. 5 minutes in, Braves leading by 1. Davis into the paint. Kicks it back out. Stevens for 3, too short. One of our first substitutions at the next whistle. Braves will have 3 men coming on, with FMU going with 2 changes. No fouls called yet in this game. Kirk, little leaner, won't go. James Murray Boyles, another offensive board. Braves have got 4 so far in the game as he weaves his way through some arms and puts it home.
Double team did not affect him there. Got through the double team, the fadeaway, and the shot is good.
JB onto the scorer's sheet now. 3-ball Davis, too much on it. Fight for the board. Tyrell Kirk, the one to haul it in. Braves have really controlled the tempo of this game. You can feel that Francis Marion wants to get out and run. The Braves aren't letting that happen. Controlling the glass is a big part of that.
Yeah, and slowing down the pace of this game because you do not want to get into a shooting match with this team. Because
Kirk,
this team
a nice
will
open 3 as it caroms off the rim and over the baseline. It'll be Francis Marion ball when we return. Just over 6 minutes into this one, Braves with a 3-point edge thanks to Kia Pruitt with an early 4 points. We'll be back in a sec here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Welcome back here on the UNCP Sports Network. Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek here with you. Braves with an early 3-point lead, just about 6 minutes, 17 seconds into this one. Braves putting what amounts to really their second unit out on the floor. Carson Mounts, Cam Hamilton, Micah Kinsey, and Spencer Levi, with Tyrell Kirk, the lone remaining starter here in the game. As Francis Marion has possession, trailing by 3. They've just gone 2 of 11 to start this one. Both teams just in the feeling out section of this game, not even halfway through the first. Davis loses the handle, able to recover. Kirk on him. Drives, kick out. Smith for 3, off target. Mounts taps the rebound, but not to a Braves player, as it's Parker to come with it. Goes up and gets stripped. Kinsey almost gets stripped himself, able to recover though. Mounts from the elbow, feeling it from there. Carson Mounts freshly minted into the game, and he's got 2 for the Braves.
Easy 2 points there, hopefully to get him going.
Carson has seen his playing time slightly diminish here over the past week and a half, 2 weeks or so, but Ben Miller wants to get him more involved. He's a real asset at 6'10", a guy who can shoot a jumper like that. On the baseline, Kendall Wall into the game for the first time. Now he 3-ball from Winston Hill, way off target. Braves almost throw it away, falls to Spencer Levi, and eventually he does throw it away, but that won't matter because he barreled through Ryan Davis on his way to the basket for a charge. Hectic play there in that little sequence.
That was a hit-on-hit collision there.
Juwan Perry, as quickly as he checked out, he comes right back in. Ben Miller looks on, trying to figure out his Braves team right now. And the overtime win at Clayton State, where the Braves shooting was struggling a little bit. Offensively, you can still feel a little bit of rust in this one, but defensively, so far so good. All the way to the basket, plus the foul for Winston Hill. Or excuse me, Ryan Davis, the one to lay that one in. They'll get the bonus free throw as well. Good defense there, but Davis able to maneuver himself around it and put it up for good.
Yeah, it was a very tough shot, very clutch layup there.
Francis Marion led by Gary Edwards, now in his 13th year at the helm. Was 20-10 last year with NCAA tournament berth. Davis able to get the free throw to trickle in. 1-point game. We expect this one to be a close one. Francis Marion, the only team to beat USC Aiken this season, as Kinsey forced into the turnover. Transition 3, Parker, he drains it. And Francis Marion on top for the first time this evening.
You just cannot leave him that open there for the 3-ball. He is just a sharpshooter from 3.
Francis Marion going into this press, having success, batted away, but then Spencer Levi taking advantage on a little bit of a loose ball for the 2-hand slam. Braves back on top.
And that's a huge momentum booster for the Braves right now, as Francis Marion was gaining a little bit of momentum.
Marion, 10 of their first 15 field goal attempts have been from 3, make it 16, and a third made 3 for Francis Marion early on. Patriots up by 2. Hamilton quickly the other way, won't go. Mounts the offensive board, taps it in. We talked about that in the pregame open. The offensive boards for the Braves have been there and aplenty early on.
And Mounts at 6'10". He's probably going to get a little bit extra playing time today due to that height advantage.
Davis jacks up the 3 and he answers. For every basket UNCP puts home, Francis Marion answers with another 3, their 4th of the half already.
And their 3rd straight.
Kinsey driving, got bumped on his way through the lane though. And with that foul, we'll head to another break. Francis Marion from deep, has 4 threes already. They've made 4 in a row, and they lead by 3 as we come up on the 10-minute mark here in the first half. We'll be back in a sec here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
It's a blackout game and Military Appreciation Day as we have the huge flag unfurl at the start of this game. There's just something about having a big flag out on the court. It brings just a little extra something to the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it brings a very special vibe to this one, especially UNCP pulling out the road jerseys here at home.
The Braves really have had no difference between playing at home versus road, if you want to think maybe playing in the black roads at home is bad luck or anything. Braves 7-1 on the road this season. Hamilton in the corner. Nice step back move for 3. Can't hit. And over the back foul is going to be called on Jay Hicks. The 5 on the floor for UNCP right now. Kinsey, Hamilton, Levi, Mounts, and Hicks. While for Francis Marion, they counter with Perry, Smith, Hill, Wall, and Parker.
It looked like Cam Hamilton put out the James Harden there of the double step back.
Some people might refer to that as a travel, but
yeah.
Not us. Jacques Smith leading the offense for Francis Marion. Gives it up to Hill. Had 12 off the bench and a foul called. That's going to go against Jacques Smith for an illegal screen. Spencer Levi barreled through him. That's a solid 1.5 height advantage for Spencer Levi over Smith. And Smith takes the harm and gets charged for the foul to boot.
Yeah, he has no clue how that was a foul on him, but it's that short height advantage, or the short height disadvantage for him.
And we talked a lot about the post coming into this one. Spencer Levi will probably be very active in that. He's trying to set him up here. Kinsey feeds him down low. Has to kick it back out. Hamilton thought about the tray, but thinks wiser. Shot clock inside of 10. Levi gets quadrupled team and throws the ball away. And a travel called against Kendall Wall in transition. That seems to be Francis Marion's game plan. No matter who's down in the post, as soon as the ball's in there, everybody swarms.
Well, especially because, you know, we keep mentioning it, that height advantage for the Braves in this one. So I think they have to double team in order to create, you know, pressure in the paint.
Hamilton, a deep tray. High board, and reaching up to get it was Parker. Parker, in addition to being a phenomenal scorer, is tied for the team lead in boards at just under 7. Another 3, and counted for Jaquan Perry. Perry with his 3rd 3 of the game, and Francis Marion leads by 6. Patriots have connected on their past 5 field goals, and the entry ball into the post for Mounts is picked off. From bad to worse for the Braves here. Patriots on a 6-0 run a past minute and a half. New 5 will be out on the floor at the next stoppage for the Braves, and there we go in the stoppage. As Hamilton with a little bump there for the foul. The new 5 onto the floor for UNCP. You can tell Ben Miller's not pleased.
Yeah, defensively right now, they are kind of off pace right now. They're kind of guys open right now, letting Francis Marion have some open looks. They got to play more physical right now.
Francis Marion with 13 3-point attempts so far in this game out of their 18 total shot attempts. Davis has to kill his dribble. Shot clock encroaches down to 10. Wall, jab step, drive. Wild shot at the basket, won't go. And the Braves pick up the basketball. Murray Boyles gets doubled. Feeds it out for Kirk. Braves scoreless in the past 3 minutes. Pruitt in the post. Another double team. Nice pass. One more. Kinsey in the corner, or Strother in the corner. Able to hit it. Braves back to within 3. 8 minutes left here in the first half. Jacques Smith trying to drive, dribbles off his own foot, and it's a turnover. At the under 8 mark, we'll take a timeout. Braves trying to claw their way back in, thanks to a big 3 ball from David Strother. With 7:55 left to go, UNCP trails by 3 here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court, Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek. Glad he could join us for the ride here as the Braves trail early on by 3. 7:55 left to go in the first half. They'll have the basketball. Offensively, UNCP has been stymied a little bit thanks to 7 turnovers. Just 1 of 5 from deep as well. Nonetheless, a lot of time here to work with early on. Just a 3-point deficit for the Braves. Working it inside. Murray Boyles gets swatted pretty hard, but gets the shot away. Rebound, FMU. Parker on the wing. Nice drive and free to the basket. That's what makes you the top scorer in the conference right there.
And that's just a little defensive breakdown there by the Braves. They cannot have that going, especially for this kid, Brandon Parker.
Francis Marion by 5. Patriots have made 6 out of their last 7 shots. Boyles gets teamed to the corner. Strother for 3, rattles in and out. On the break, Parker, nice pass inside and buried by Ryan Davis. Francis Marion now by 7. The Patriots offense has either been get out in transition or hoist up some threes, and they've been capitalizing.
And right now for UNCP offensively, if they cannot shoot the jump shot right now, shoot the 3 ball well, they're going to have a tough time winning this game.
Bryant misses the 3. Boyles the offensive board and the putback. That's one place where the Braves might be able to get some back is on the offensive glass. They've been able to out-rebound most of their opponents this season. So far in this one, they're already +7. They want to make some leeway into this game, trailing right now by just 5 as inside Davis kicks it back out. Parker, the open 3. Misses. Not something you see too often from Brandon Parker. Inside for Pruitt, he's got 4. Nice spin move, can't get it to go. Pruitt needs just 2 more points to join the 1,000-point club, just like James Murray Boyles did earlier this season. Davis almost misses everything on the 3. Fight for the basketball. Parker sitting on top of it. As the whistle blows, they didn't call a jump ball or anything. And then eventually they will call a held ball. Parker just sitting down right on top of it. Davis the trigger man, right on the O of Pembroke on the baseline. in for Smith. Now averaging 11.5 points per game. That's nearly double what he put up last year, and that's what head coach Gary Edwards has been in need of with this squad after losing so many players last year. Had a lot of talent to replace. Is underneath the finish for Winston Hill. Now Kirk racing the other way, a lot of contact, falls to the ground hard. And for his efforts, will earn a trip to the stripe.
Kind of took a hard fall there on the ground, but he's okay.
FMU only brought back 5 returning players from last season, only a couple of them having earned major minutes, namely Brandon Parker, guys like Jaquez Smith as well. And Edwards didn't really mince words at the beginning of the season, saying, you know, we're going to have a lot of ups and downs this year. We're not sure how it's going to go. We'll take the good and the bad as it comes. And I think if you would have told him at this point they'd be 13-3 with a 9-2 Peach Belt record with a win over a top 10 team in the country, he'd be elated.
Well, definitely. Offense is their game right now. All of their starters averaging double digits in scoring. They are an offensive juggernaut.
Kirk able to hit 2 out of 2 from the line, pull the Braves back to within 5 with 5:15 left to go in the game. Edwards needed a lot of guys to step up for this Francis Marion squad, and they've answered the bell, namely Parker, who has gone from an ancillary piece last year as the #2 scorer to the lead scorer in the entire Peach Belt Conference. Perry on the drive, loses the handle, and it'll be Braves basketball.
Got a little bit ahead of himself there, and it's another turnover there for the Patriots.
Already in this game, Jaquan Perry 9 points, Ryan Davis has 8, and Brandon Parker 7 as well. For the Braves, being led thus far by David Struther, he's got 5. Pruitt the pump fake, Kirk for 3. Around the rim, and it falls right back to Struther. Murray Boyles for a 3 of his own, can't hit. Another offensive board. Tyrell Kirk can't finish. Gets his own miss one more time. Ball on the ground for the Braves again. Murray Boyles passes up the 3, gets it back, and hits it. You give them that many opportunities, the Braves are going to hit eventually.
Yeah, they definitely have to hit that 3 ball right now if they want to have a chance to win this game, because in the paint, the Patriots are definitely taking advantage of the double team.
Davis for 3. Can't answer, lips off the rim. Braves back to within 2. Moving quickly here on the baseline. Inside, Pruitt tries to go up and gets fouled.
It's a pretty clear call there.
And now Pruitt needing just 2 more points to get to 1,000. We'll see if he can get them on the other side of this break. Braves back to within 2 here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court on a Wednesday evening for Peach Belt Conference basketball. He's Brandon Hodge. I'm Sam Jelinek, and UNCP trailing by 2 with Akia Pruitt headed to the line for 2. And if he makes both, they'll be at 1,000 points for his career. A true testament to a guy who has meant a lot to this program, not only scoring-wise, but in terms of rebounding and shot blocking. You don't find him much better than Akia Pruitt.
He's got great size, and he definitely is. He's going to get there. Hopefully it's tonight.
Pruitt, 60% from the line this season. Misses the first, so we'll have to wait.
Won't be on this possession.
The anticipation mounts. On a more pressing matter, the Braves trail by 2. 3:48 left to go here in the second, or first half rather. Pruitt nails the second. It's no surprise this game between the Patriots and the Braves is as close as it is right now. Just in terms of both teams being 9-2 in the Peach Belt right now, is inside and finishing with a slam is Calix Stevens. Great ball movement by Francis Marion. And they push their lead back to 3 with 3.5 left. Strother from the key, nothing but net. But in this series between Francis Marion and UNCP, 31 of the 79 games have been decided by 2 possessions or less. 15 of the games have been decided by 3 points or less. So you know what you're in for when a Francis Marion and UNCP game starts. Here's Smith for 3 from long range. 6 threes in the first half for Francis Marion. They lead by 4 with under 3 left in the first half. 2-3 zone. Strother kills the dribble. And as Kirk goes to drive, Spencer Levi draws the foul down on the low block. I'll force Edwards to go to the bench. Brandon Parker picks up the foul. Winston Hill will come out of the game. And in his stead, Kendall Wall, one of the few returning players, now a junior, comes in. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here come the Braves. Kirk, spot up 3. Levi the offensive board, but called for the foul. It's funny watching the reaction of head coach Gary Edwards, who was insistent that that was a foul. Looking over at Ben Miller, who's saying, how in the world was that a foul?
Especially the fans, the reaction there, that was not in favor of the Braves.
The Braves have dominated the glass in this game, as they do basically for every game. Plus 10 margin already, 10 offensive boards. Compared to just 2 for Francis Marion, but they're being outshot. And so far that has Francis Marion up by 4. Davis stripped and picked up by Strother. Racing the other way, goes up and finishes.
A tough lay-in by Strother, and 1.
Strother doing it all himself there, generating the turnover, and then with the harm, able to finish there. Nice little momentum swing for the Braves.
That was a crazy shot there. I don't know how he got that up through the contact.
James Murray Boyles checking back into the game here for Spencer Levi. Spencer struggling a little bit so far here in this one. He's got 2 points, but 2 fouls as well. In his last game against Clayton State, Levi went 0 for 3 from the field. The first time this season he's ended a game without a field goal. And he's a guy who's shot almost 70% from the floor this year. Pretty remarkable thing.
And he's played solid minutes off the bench. This isn't some guy, you know, who plays garbage time. This is actually a solid player who's averaging 70% from the field. Unreal.
Ryan Davis had to check out real quick. Looked like he had a little bit of a bloodied nose, but he's back. Strother at the free throw line for his bonus. UNCP to within 1. We got a good final 2:15 on tap here in the first half. Tightly contested ball game. Braves trying to ride a wave of momentum into the locker room. Another steal for Strother. Or excuse me, Kinsey the other way. Able to lay it in. Kinsey and Strother, the 2 guards at the top. Boy, are they not handsy for Kinsey. That is now his 41st steal of the season.
Fast break's going to be the Braves' friend here in this one, because that's what's going to generate a lot of points for the Braves.
The Braves have come back to take the lead now by 1. And another steal, 3rd straight possession for the Braves. Kinsey finishes it himself. And Francis Marion's going to have to take a timeout. A 7-0 run for the Braves in the past 43 seconds. Now up by 3. We'll take a break here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
Full 30-second timeout for Francis Marion. They're trying to halt the run of the Braves, who have stormed back. Once trailing by 4, now lead by 3. Thanks to 3 straight turnovers from Francis Marion. Getting sloppy with the basketball.
Yeah, that's the one thing that the Patriots are going to have to do here if they want to come back in this game. They can't turn the ball back over.
3-ball, Calix Stevens way off the mark, but underneath Davis gets his shot thwacked away. But apparently got his arm hit in the process as well, so free throws coming for him. Now the one solution to keeping Francis Marion from jacking up 18 threes here in the first half is don't let him shoot.
And play physically on defense. If they play more physical on defense, you have to play smarter, though. You can't put them at the free throw line. Play physical on defense, though. Force them to turn the ball over. Get them uncomfortable.
Davis can't connect on the first free throw, and it'll depend what defense Ben Miller goes with. The old adage with the 2-3 zone is either shoot over top of it or try and shoot through it. And Francis Marion has elected to shoot over top of it, so that means the Braves are going to have to bring their guards and wings out a little bit higher, which means the middle could be more penetrable. But the Braves might say, hey, if you want to shoot mid-range, do that, we'll beat you at that. Davis misses both. Braves by 3. Nice fast break opportunity to the basket. Strother can't finish. Big missed chance there for Strother, who had a couple of steals, nearly picked up another one. He's got two steals in this one. Kinsey has 3. The ball's loose. Another steal. Murray Boyles can't finish with the harm to his back.
There's the physicality on defense now for the Braves. Looks like Ben Miller switched up his defensive strategy, going to a little bit more physical set now.
Both Strother and Kinsey with 3 steals apiece. Absolutely sensational from them. And it sends Murray Boyles to the charity stripe. 78% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first, and UNCP up by 4 with under a minute left. Huge run for the Braves here over the past minute and a half. An 8-0 run, but just more of that is going into the locker room, feeling this momentum, feeling good about yourself.
And that's huge right now. If the momentum stays with the Braves, goes into the second half, they can pull out this victory and send the Patriots home with a loss today.
Jacques Smith to handle. Now Davis. Braves playing man-to-man and playing it tight. Shot clock halfway gone. Patriots offense is stagnant here, and it's stolen away again by Strother. To the basket, a lot of contact.
And that's a dangerous foul there. That was dangerous.
And Strother will get to go to the free throw line with now his 4th steal in the half. And they're going to call that a flagrant.
I agree. That was dangerous. Strother could have really got seriously hurt there if something happened. I agree with that call.
Jaquan Perry went in hard to try and get that away. Strother good on the first tech. And things just collapsing for Francis Marion down the stretch here. A 10-0 run for UNCP in the past 2 minutes. Make it 11-0. And Strother's now arguing he thought he got fouled on the way up and that he should be getting 2 more free throws. The referees seem to indicate that that foul was called on the floor. That'll be interesting to see once they come back out of this timeout. But how big is this for UNCP? An 11-0 run. Offense just kind of felt stagnant through the first 10 minutes of the first half. Francis Marion was draining threes, but here come the Braves. What's been the key to this success? Turnovers.
Definitely turnovers. They're forcing the turnovers. They're playing more physical on defense right now. They're taking that ball away, and the fast break right now is especially what's helping them.
David Strother with double digits now in the first half. You can't say enough about him. With 4 steals so far in the game, he's got 12 points as well. It's really just been sensational out of him. You can't say enough about what him and Micah Kinsey have done to combine for 7 steals. Everybody else has picked up the slack as well. So the foul was called on the floor. Braves will inbound it. Shot clock just a second and a half faster than the game clock. So the Braves will likely take it all the way down, see if they can hit something at the buzzer to really whip this crowd into a frenzy. Parker trying to get handsy. Kinsey scurries him away. 10 seconds. Kirk in the corner. Now Strother up top. 5 on the shot clock. Strother, isolation. Step back for 3. Off target as it misses everything. And that's how the first half is going to end. On an 11-0 run for the Braves. A good look to end it, but nonetheless, some kind of momentum for UNCP heading into the locker room.
And he pulled that double step back out right out again. Oh, man, David Strother.
David Strother, 12 points in the first half, 4 steals. Micah Kinsey, 4 points, 3 steals. Akia Pruitt, 5 points, 5 boards. Kirk, 2 and 3. Murray Boyles, slowly but surely, 9 points, 3 boards as well. He didn't, or 6 boards, excuse me, rather. Pruitt had 8. I'm getting my numbers all mixed up, but nonetheless, 24 rebounds for UNCP, just 15 for Francis Marion. It started slowly, and the Braves turned up the heat in the final 10 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, they were letting the Patriots get the 3 ball out way too quickly, letting them have open shots. They were kind of lacking on defense. They started playing more physical. They forced turnovers, created turnovers, and it's led to this 11-0 run to end the half and a 7-point lead at halftime.
Well, we'll take a break just like the players and be back. A little halftime report will tune you into how USD Aiken and Augusta is doing so far. We'll be back in a couple of moments here on the UNCP Sports Network. Braves by 7 at half.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back here on the UNCP Sports Network, number 21 UNCP Braves lead the Francis Marion Patriots in the Battle of I-95 at halftime by a score of 38-31. We're ending there in the first half. The first 10 minutes were pretty sluggish. UNCP was trailing for the majority of those minutes. Didn't really get down by any more than 4 or 5 points. The shooting wasn't going for them. How did they turn it around and turn in a torrid end of the first half?
Well, it started on the defensive end. They started playing more physical on defense. They started creating more turnovers, getting on the fast break, drawing fouls. That's really what led to this huge 11-0 run to end the first half and a 7-point lead.
And one of the big storylines coming into this game was actually something that's not even happening here in Pembroke, but what was happening down the road in Augusta, Georgia, as Augusta University hosts USC Aiken in a battle of 2 of the top 4 teams in the Peach Belt Conference. If Augusta can end up winning that game at halftime at the start of the second half, Augusta currently leads right now 42-40. If Augusta wins in this result here in Pembroke holds, the Braves would find themselves in a three-way tie for first place, and then as well as Francis Marion, a game back in what would technically be second place, but for all intents and purposes basically fourth. A lot of havoc can still be wrecked down the stretch here in the Peach Belt Conference, and we saw Francis Marion, they're the only team that's beaten USC Aiken. UNCP took USC Aiken to the wire here at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. It seems like this Peach Belt Conference, at the top at least, Aiken has separated themselves a little, but for the most part, it's going to be a wild end of the season.
The PBC right now is just so tightly compacted right now with these four teams. We saw last Wednesday night, Aiken UNCP, they put up a huge game. It was a great contest. Aiken just got the best of UNCP in that one. It's a great conference, and the top four teams are balling out right now.
So the Braves are hoping for an Augusta victory, but UNCP will see USC Aiken again later in the month of February when they travel down to Aiken on what will be USC Aiken's senior night as well. So that'll be a huge game for USC Aiken on their home court. Should be a vibrant atmosphere, but we've still got another 20 minutes left here in this one. Braves lead by 7. The big story for them in the first half was how they out-rebounded Francis Marion, just like they do basically every other team they come across at this point, as they ended up with a first half margin of +9 in their favor. Going forward, how do you think Francis Marion's going to counter that? Towards the end of the first half, they stopped taking basically what had been their go-to, which was the 3-ball.
I think they're going to be more patient for one. They keep turning the ball over, and UNCP is capitalizing on that. So for Francis Marion to stop that, they're going to stop forcing the ball. They're going to be more patient with the ball, and they're going to let the offense flow with them.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, Francis Marion was actually pretty solid from the field, shooting 43%. 18 of their 28 field goal attempts were from beyond the arc. Compare that to the Braves, which was 12 of 37, and the Braves are by no means a slouch from beyond the three-point arc. That was one thing I was actually looking at coming into this day. The Braves have been rather less than mediocre, not very stellar from range so far in their past couple of games. They haven't shot better than 35% from 3 since all the way back at the beginning of the month in a loss to Georgia College. Past 4 games, 3 of them, they've been held under 30%. And it's been odd. They've gotten some open looks from 3, but what do you think's got to go right for that?
Well, they certainly just have to make the shots. They're not really getting anything in the paint right now because every time they pass the ball in the paint, they're getting double-teamed, and they keep turning the ball over. So especially you have to make the shots from the 3 or from the mid-range. They have to make the shots, and if you don't, you're going to let Francis Marion come back into this game.
Second chance points were key to UNCP running out to an 11-0 run at the end of the first half. Couple of that with 16 points off of turnovers. Francis Marion turned the ball over 10 times. The Braves capitalized on nearly every turnover that Francis Marion had, all but 2. Pretty impressive stuff from UNCP, and sparked by their 2 guards, David Struther and Micah Kinsey.
David Struther has been huge impact. He's had a huge impact here in this first half. You know, he's had some moments in this one where he's hit a couple double step back moves, but he's really played well. 12 points at halftime. He's been a great impact player on offense for the Braves.
One more thing to watch as we go to the second half. Zakiya Pruitt just needs 1 more point to get himself to 1,000. Would be the second Brave to hit that mark this season. James Murray Boyles being the other earlier this year, all the way back in the first conference game of the year against Young Harris. But hopefully, I imagine Zakiya will probably get there. It'll be a nice milestone to him. For us, though, we'll go to a break and be back with the start of the second half of action. 20 more minutes of UNCP basketball coming up. The Braves lead 38-31 over Francis Marion, and we'll be back with the second half in just a sec.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Just moments away from the start of second half action. Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek here to join you for the ride. Francis Marion at 13-3, 9-2 in the Peach Belt against the number 21 in the land, UNC Pembroke Braves at 14-3, 9-2. One of the most impressive things for the Braves following their loss to USC Aiken last week. So when the new poll came out this week, they did not drop a spot. People respected what they did against Aiken.
Yeah, it was only a 2-point game, and that's a huge team. Number 4 in the country. That's a huge team. It was a really great game, and the offense was stellar in that one. UNCP definitely deserved to stay at number 21.
Braves start with the ball here in the second half. They're on an 11-0 run dating to the end of the first half. See if they can't keep it going. Here's Pruitt, has to whip it over to Kirk as the Braves trying to settle into their half-court offense the start of the second half. Not really finding it yet. Shot clock at 10. Here's Bryant. Strother on the wing. Rolls step back, kills the dribble. Now Pruitt in the post. Nice little turnaround. Can't put it off the glass. Gets his own miss, though, and there's 1,001 for Akia Pruitt. Congrats to Akia, another big milestone. He'll sure to have many more along the way, dating through the end of this year and most likely into next year. And more importantly, pushes the Braves' lead to 9, which is subsequently cut down to 7 with a quick bucket for Francis Marion. Jacques Smith now with 5 points in the game. Kirk ball handling. He's done the majority of ball handling in the game thus far, him and Strother. Nice find by Pruitt. Strother the jab step. Fade away. Hit it. Strother now with 14 and 12 in the first half.
He's very poised right now, very patient with the ball, making the comfortable shot.
And Smith trying to drive inside, gets tangled up. The foul going to be on Jamal Bryant. Bryant, his first foul. He's been held off the score sheet as well. He's been struggling in his past couple of games. Had 10 against Clayton State. 5th time he's had double digits in the game. But he started this game with, started this season with 3 games of multiple threes in a game. As a nice steal from Kirk. But since then, he has not had a game with multiple threes, despite being expected to be one of the better 3-point shooters on this team. Pruitt maneuvering his way in, short on the shot, and Smith out and running. Gunning all the way to the basket, too strong. Kalik Stevens, the offensive board. LeBray is able to get back in transition just enough to force the miss. Tyrell Kirk. Nothing but speed. You saw him come out of the right-hand side of your screen, whipping in. That's some killer speed.
He looks fired up here to begin the second half. You saw him force a turnover earlier with that extra effort That's huge.
Air ball 3 for Jaquan Perry. He was 3 of 5 from deep in the first half. And the Braves lead extended out to 11 now, led by 7 at the start of the half. Pruitt down low with the left hand, swirls it in.
The double team was coming, but it didn't affect Pruitt on the shot.
Pruitt now with 9 in the game. 6-0 run for the Braves in the past minute 15. Deep 3. Tipped back out for Parker. Tries to spot it up. So has to cut in. And a foul. This will go against Tyrell Kirk. Well, we talked about the momentum the Braves had at the end of the first half in the 11-0 run. Could have had more if Strother had hit that step back 3, but now coming out flying at the start of the second half.
Yeah, the momentum just stuck with them, and they are capitalizing on the opportunities.
Braves leading by 13. Davis against the smaller Strother, blows by him, and that's a mismatch. I'm surprised Francis Marion hasn't capitalized more this game.
It was decent defense, but you mentioned the advantage there for Francis Marion on that possession.
Bryant, the pull-up jumper, he's onto the scorer sheet. Good for Jamal Bryant now with 2. And Davis right back the other way, wasted no time. Francis Marion trailing by 11 in this one, simply saying, fine, if we're down right now, we'll just play fast.
Yeah, they are playing quicker, but they're also being more patient with the ball.
Kirk for 3! From well beyond the arc, Tyrell Kirk, just the 3rd made 3 of the game for UNCP. For Kirk, his first. Braves have hit on their past 4 shots.
Seems like he has a lot of confidence in him right now.
Perry leaning away off the glass. Great shot. Working around Jamal Bryant.
An off-balance banker there by Perry to get the and 1 as well.
Went through a stretch like this in the first half where the teams were trading, going shot for shot, and the Braves ended up on the wrong end of that. But here, they're answering every make Francis Marion has, with Perry not being able to convert the end 1. And a turnover, bad one there for the Braves. Francis Marion out and running. Davis to the rack. Can't get it to go, but the foul. Teams have combined to make their past 7 straight shots. And with exactly 16 minutes left in the second half of play, we'll go to a break. Hot shooting here to start the second half, but it's going the Braves' way, who now lead by 12 here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Military Appreciation Night here at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. And the Braves lead by 12, 16 minutes left here in the second half. They've continued their hot shooting ways from the first half here, with Ryan Davis at the line to shoot free throws for Francis Marion. Davis, one of a few returners for Francis Marion. One of the key additions to this squad was the transfer of Jaquan Perry. Right now in this game, Perry's got 11 as Davis sinks the first. Perry, a transfer from Division I Florida Atlantic, played sparingly there. He's had a big impact. 12 points per game for him. This is all to replace Detrick Browning. Browning, the Peach Belt Conference all-time leading scorer. So if you thought Pruitt getting 1,000 points was nice, try 2,000 plus for Browning. That's a lot to replace, but Francis Marion has done that and then some with Brandon Parker and company. They trail by 11 here. Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek with you on the UNCP Sports Network. Pruitt in the post. Nice find, Kinsey. Back to Levi, triple teamed, loses the ball, and is fouled. Francis Marion does not want anybody going into the post.
Yeah, they really changed something up. They added some more pressure there on the paint.
Tyrell Kirk, the trigger man for UNCP. It's Kirk, Levi, Pruitt, Struther, and Kinsey on the floor for UNCP, the 5. Francis Marion, Perry, Davis, Hill, Wall, and Parker, 3 out of their 5 starters. Shot clock at 10. Nice step back from Kirk, and he drains it.
He is feeling it right now. You can just tell with the shots that he's taking, he's sinking every single one of them.
Kirk now with 9 points in the game. Davis working quickly to the basket. 3 out of the past 4 possessions have ended with Ryan Davis quickly going up the court to the basket. Last time in free throw attempts, this time with a made bucket.
Yeah, he's also feeling a whole lot of confidence right now in himself.
Levi in the post, loses the handle, gets elbowed, and gets the foul for his troubles.
Winston Hill kind of angry at that call. Lashes out of frustration.
Hill been quiet in this one, just 2 points, had 12 points off the bench versus Flagler. Francis Marion's last game, which they won 80-76. That was all the way back on Saturday. Pruitt, nice feed to Levi, the easy lay-in. 6 straight made field goals for UNCP. Francis Marion's gone 4 out of 4 in their own right, as nobody can miss here to start the second half, but it's only gone to grow the Braves' lead by 13, and Davis again. Why not? 5 in a row for Francis Marion. Davis accounting for the majority of those.
They're kind of getting into a shooting battle right now with Francis Marion.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Braves lead by 11, though, in the place where it counts. Davis now with 17, 7 out of 11 from the floor. Kinsey spinning, handing off, and a foul called. That's going to go against Brandon Parker. For Parker now, that's his, I believe that might be his 4th. Oh, excuse me, that foul's going to go against Jaquan Perry instead. Thought that was going to be Parker. Instead, that's Perry, his 3rd. He'll have to check out. Parker, if you want to know how much he means to this team, he's got 3 fouls. He's out on the floor.
And he really is not really gotten going. He's had 5 shot attempts in this one, but only 7 points.
Struther, nice move, but he palmed the basketball, and Ben Miller's pretty livid at that call. Nonetheless, though, it's Francis Marion to take over after the turnover. Ben Miller likes to get animated. But for the most part, he's been really at the center of the revival of this program dating back to when he got here. The amount of success that him and his coaching staff, as well as the players they've brought in, have brought to Pembroke, you really can't say enough about it.
Yeah, he's been a great coach for this team. He's really gotten the confidence of this Brave squad up and really turned this program around.
Braves hoping for their 3rd straight Peach Belt Conference title, both in regular season and postseason play, as Parker drives, loses the handle briefly. Now Davis for 3, another one for Ryan Davis. He can't miss, he's up to 20 in the game.
You took it right out of my mouth. He cannot miss.
Teams have combined to go 12 for their past 12 on field goals. UNCP's lead back inside of double digits. Levi in the middle of the zone loses the handle, and Winston Hill's going to get tagged.
The frustration builds for Winston Hill.
He can't believe what he sees. Both teams have 4 fouls on them. And a nice inbound to Levi, but can't get the finish. Hill will bring it up the other way, all the way coast to coast. Mounts fouls him to keep him from converting. been interesting. Francis Marion's offense here in the second half, they have settled down to their half-court sets very rarely. For the most part, it's been get the ball inbound either off a rebound or off of a made shot and just run. Sprint to the basket as fast as you can, see what happens.
And they're kind of cooling down with the three ball. They took a whole lot of threes in about the first 10 minutes of the first half, kind of cooled down with it now, trying to stay on pace with the UNCP and trying to dictate their own pace. They're starting to turn it over now and trying to get back into this one.
Frustration builds for Winston Hill, missing the first free throw. And you'd expect, now trailing, the deficit right now is just 8, but it had extended to as many as 13. Francis Marion might lean heavier on the three ball. But nonetheless, they've ratcheted it back. Braves have held the Patriots to a sensible field goal percentage from 3, just 33%. Francis Marion now on a 6-0 run in the past minute 15 plus, edging the Braves lead back down to 7. Kinsey and Hamilton, the guards. Cam has played sparingly so far in this one. And a turnover for Kinsey. Francis Marion out and running. Nice feed. Davis holds in the air and gets it to go. Ryan Davis with 22 in the game, a 23rd waiting for him at the line. And he's brought Francis Marion all the way back to within 5 with 13 minutes left to go.
He's just not missing right now. Not even the contested, the tough shots. He's making everything.
7 straight field goals in a row for Francis Marion, an 8-0 run. And he'll stay at 8-0 with a missed free throw. Braves need something offensively here, not just so much because they've been struggling, but they've got to answer. Nice feed from Levi. Hamilton for 3, rattles in and out. Patriots moving quickly. Davis, why not? Can't hit this time. Levi able to keep the ball in play. And the ball will stay with UNCP. Hamilton had it stripped away. That was a heat check for Ryan Davis. And boy, was he ever close to making this a 2-point game. Kinsey to Levi in the slam. Levi lets out a little frustration the Braves have been feeling here in the past couple of minutes during that run for the Patriots. Beautifully drawn up and executed. Levi's got 6.
That was a rare sight for the Braves tonight, wide open in the paint.
Smith for 3, too strong. Levi battling for the boards and draws the foul from Stevens. Levi is one of those guys, how he fights underneath the basket for rebounds, can really become a pest to other players on the opposing team. We've seen that in some technicals that have been called and jarring and jabbing and things like that, but that's an asset.
Yeah, he definitely has a little bit of a temper with him, but comes great athleticism and great toughness.
Levi with 6 points to go along with 3 rebounds. Hicks and Kinsey up top with Hamilton. Levi and Mounts down low. Braves up by 7. Under 12 mark. Nice move by Hamilton to the basket. Gets swatted away. Smith for 3. High board corralled by Hamilton. Wants to break out, but will tone it down. Weaving in and out. Hicks wide open. We're going at a breakneck pace here. Here's Jaquez Smith to the basket, won't go. He ends up on the deck wanting a foul. As Jay Hicks, a little crossover to get into the backcourt. Micah Kinsey up and under.
Wow.
That's what the Braves needed right there. Things had gone quiet. Francis Marion, after hitting on nearly everything here to start the second half, have gone cold now 0 of 4, and the Braves extend their lead back to 9, and it's stripped away. Kinsey out ahead for Hamilton for 2.
Winston Hill did not want to do anything there. That would have been his 4th foul in this one.
Braves lead by 11. They've countered Francis Marion's run with a 6-0-1 of their own. Hill, shot tipped, comes up way short. Hamilton feeling it. Why not? Cold-blooded Cam Hamilton pushes the Braves lead out to 14. A 9-0 run in the past 2 minutes will put us into a break. At 10:22 to go, Braves by 14 here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Francis Marion had this game to within 5, and since then, well, Cam Hamilton happened. UNCP now leads by 14, a 9-0 run. Hamilton's got 5 points. Braves have made 3 straight shots in a row. Levi's got 6, Kinsey with 6. Strother leads the way for UNCP. He's got 14. Akia Pruitt, 11 rebounds as well. And the Braves will press coming out of the media timeout. Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek on the UNCP Sports Network. Francis Marion trying to battle back. Braves trying to keep him at bay. Pretty raucous past couple of minutes, though. Three in the corner, rattles in and out for Kendall Wall, but the offensive board and put back for Jaquan Perry. One of the few offensive rebounds for Francis Marion today.
Yeah, just their 5th on the day, or 6th.
Mounts in the post, bodies his man up, and he's going to get called for a charge. Winston Hill at 6'7", 225, a little bit leaner. That 225 is a little bit give or take. But with that foul, we'll go to a timeout, media timeout. UNCP leading by 12, still under 10 left to go here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Battle for the top 2 spots in the Peach Belt Conference. UNCP and Francis Marion both entered this game at 9-2. One will leave at 10-2. The other at 9-3. Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek high above the court, up in the perch at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court, with the Braves holding a 12-point lead with 9:47 to go. Down in Georgia, Augusta and USC Aiken. 5 minutes left in their game. USC Aiken, after trailing by 2 at halftime, are now up by 2 with 5 to go. We'll keep our eye on that one as that game winds to a conclusion. But here, we still got 9.5 left. There's a nice feed inside, but straight through the hands of Calix Stevens from Jaquan Perry for a bad turnover.
That would have been a highlight play if that had gone right for the Patriots. Unfortunately, it leads to another turnover.
Strother, Pruitt, Kirk, Bryant, and Murray Boyles, the 5 on the floor for the Braves. The starting 5 in the corner, Murray Boyles, too short. Offensive board, though, Akia Pruitt nearly dribbles out of bounds. Braves with a fresh 30 seconds, has already whistled away 10 seconds. Kirk inside, Bryant for three, count it! Bryant's had his struggles this season, but he's got 5 in the game now. His first 3 of the game, and it's a 12-2 run for the Braves in the past 3.5 minutes, now leading by 15. The long 2 hoisted up, won't fall for the Patriots. Francis Marion had this game to within 5 just a couple of minutes ago. Kirk, nice step back. Can't hit the jumper, though. Patriots had whittled the lead away, trying to do the same again. Perry for 3, you're able to rattle it in. For Jaquan Perry, his 4th 3 of the game. And if Francis Marion wants to make a comeback here in the final 8, that's going to be the way to do it. Strother, the ball fake, no finish. And picking up the board was Davis. Out ahead, pass deflected, falls to Stevens behind the back. To Perry for 3, his 2nd in as many possessions. The transfer from FAU with his 5th 3-pointer of the game, he's got 19. Just like that, it's a 9-point game again.
He's getting hot, Jaquan Perry.
Oh, no look, feed from Kirk. Pruitt can't get it to roll, though. Braves with some point-blank looks, can't finish. Parker, nice move to the basket. 8-0 run for Francis Marion in the past minute. 7-point game. Middle of the zone, Murray Boyles will take the free throw jumper and bury it.
Much needed make there for the Braves.
That's what you need out of the only senior on your team. He's got 11 now, but when a run is incoming from your opposition, finding a way to quell it, hitting that mid-range jumper is a nice way to do it. The 3-ball, high arcing and falling for Calix Stevens. And Francis Marion is back to within 6 after trailing by 15 mere moments ago. And Ben Miller has to call a timeout. And boy, have things changed as UNCP, excuse me, that was a media timeout. Correct myself there at the under 8 mark. UNCP now up by just 6. Out of nowhere, Francis Marion has drained 4 straight field goals. This has been a game of runs every single time.
3-ball coming back into use right now for the Patriots. They're draining that 3-ball. And the Braves have got to just be a little bit more physical right now on defense. They're giving them just a little bit too much space, and that's creating open opportunities behind the arc for the Patriots.
For the Braves, their offense really hasn't slowed down by too much, but every time you take your foot off the gas just a little bit, either one of these teams is capitalizing big time on that.
And you cannot get into a shooting contest with this team. It seems like that's what the Braves are kind of going towards. They got to get away from that.
For the most part, though, UNCP has been able to match Francis Marion in the shooting department. Both teams above 46 or 45%. Braves struggling from deep, though, at 27%. Patriots not much better at 33%. So out of the Francis Marion timeout, as I finally correct myself for a 3rd time, Francis Marion took that timeout. It's UNCP basketball. They have 1 timeout left. UNCP has 3, something to keep an eye on down the stretch in this one. You don't get it right the first time, try again. Double team on Kinsey, breaks free. Kia Pruitt for 3. Too strong, Parker the board. Parker's got to be careful. He's got 3 fouls on him, only 9 points. The Braves have stymied him. Here's Perry. Perry, he's got 19. Over to Davis with 22. Parker the wing 3, way short. Hits off the iron, nice handles by Kinsey to control that basketball. Gets double teamed and throws it off the fist of Kendall Wall, who's adamant that came off of Kinsey last. Either way, it'll be UNCP basketball. Big break for the Braves. Kinsey got trapped.
Yeah, it was a huge trap. He didn't know where to go. Tried to throw the ball out.
And a bad turnover there. And another one straight back from Winston Hill on the shovel, trying to give it to Wall. Kinsey Trout gets it over the timeline, though. Strother inside, stops, trying to find a way out. His escape valve, Kinsey, hands it back to him. Bad turnovers abound for each team in the past minute. Braves settle in, and a foul called on Jaquan Perry. For Perry, that's his fourth. Francis Marion is going to have a real dicey final 6 minutes. If Perry's out of this game, he's been their best shooter. 5 out of 8 from beyond the arc. And that'll force Perry out of the game. Jaquez Smith, replaces him. Fresh 20 for the Braves. Leading by 6. Have led by as many as 15. Nice feed to Levi! But another point-blank miss for UNCP.
It's a rare miss there for Levi.
Stevens trying to feel it from way deep, can't connect. Not probably the look head coach Gary Edwards was looking for here with Francis Marion to within 6. Not really settling down the offense. Strother, the fancy handles, no contest to the basket. Edwards now in his 13th year, trying to control this Francis Marion offense, which has been very fluid throughout this game. A lot of times just wheeling and dealing. But right now in the half-court set, we'll push off from Wall for 3. Misses, but he's fouled by Pruitt. That'll mean 3 free throws for Kendall Wall. Trying to jump this to a 5-point game if he can make all 3. Francis Marion has not scored in 2.5 minutes, but Wall will put an end to that with the first made free throw.
It's kind of a costly mistake for Pruitt as he kind of fell in there to Wall.
Good news for the Braves. They are not in any sort of foul trouble here as Wall misses the second. Pruitt, that's just his first. Tyrell Kirk only has 1. Spencer Levi's got 2. Strother hasn't had a foul called on him, period. As opposed to Francis Marion, Brandon Parker, he's got 3. Winston Hill, he's got 3 as well. Their main scorer, Ryan Davis, does not have any as Wall misses 2 out of 3. A big missed opportunity. Braves stay up by 7. Strother driving, kick out, Kirk, 3 ball, hits it. Tyrell Kirk now with 9 points in the game, or 12 rather. 4 of 12 from the field. Trying to answer Davis, nowhere close. Braves try to break out ahead. Kinsey had to reach for that pass. Nice bounce pass, but in between Strother and Murray Boyles, nobody knew who was going to have it. Braves settle in. Pruitt, nice move to the basket. Don't let him get free down in the post.
Yeah, it looked like the double team was trying to come in there, but Akia Pruitt, he got some space, made the shot.
Parker answers with a 3. He's into double digits with 12. Last Saturday, 23 of his 25 came in the second half. Kirk racing the other way with the horn. And when we come back from the media timeout, Tyrell Kirk will try and convert his 3-point play. UNCP back up by 9 with 3:36 to go here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician, Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back and forth we go here in the second half. Francis Marion trying to reach the mountaintop. They tie this game back up. They've got it to within 5. They've been down by as many as 15, and right now we're in the middle at 9. Brandon Hodge, Sam Jelinek, so glad you could join us here on a Wednesday evening for Peach Belt Conference basketball. Tyrell Kirk at the line, try and convert a 3-point play and put UNCP up by 12. As meant to say 11 earlier, but hey, we found out math isn't my strong suit. Kirk hits the bonus free throw, and UNCP leads by 12 with under now at 3.5 to go. Shaka Smith moving quick. Stevens for 3, short. Rebound batted around, and Davis can't keep it in. Crunch time for Francis Marion now, trailing by 12. I expect a bevy of threes here in the second half. 33 of their 57 shot attempts have been from deep. Braves get it out in front and decide to try and waste a little shot clock here, using the enemy of time on Francis Marion. Strother driving in the lane, gets free. Easy enough for Strother, now with 18 in the game, approaching a season high of 20. Parker can't answer. Stevens trying to tip it home, still batted around, ends up in the hands of Davis, the floater, and Kirk controls it off the glass. UNCP by 14, Kirk all the way, finish!
Tyrell Kirk today, he's had his moments.
Now with 15, Braves leading by 16. Their largest lead in this game, a 7-0 run has pushed them there. Nice ball movement from the corner. Parker swirls it around. And after a brief offensive rebound, Pruitt controls the board. Kinsey has the ball poked free from behind, and UNCP thankfully able to recover. Felix Stevens, the heady play from the freshman to knock that one free. For the Braves, as we approach the 2-minute mark, may have put this one finally out of reach. Strother has the ball poked free from Perry, who gets called for the foul. The Braves now with a 1-and-1 opportunity. Francis Marion looks like they're going to call a timeout. Or excuse me, rather, instead, that's Perry's 5th foul, so he'll foul out. And that means we'll have a little 30-second interval here for Francis Marion to regroup and decide who they want to put into this game. And that's a big loss. You know, it's a 16-point game. It's a long way to go from here. But Jaquan Perry was dynamite from 3, 5 of 8. Yeah, it's going to be hard to replace.
Less than 2 minutes. You have to try and get back and win this game. It is nearly impossible for the Patriots right now.
Braves have hit on their past 6 field goals. Made that into a 7-0 run. Now the front end of the 1-and-1 drained by Kinsey. He's got 7 in the game. Double-double for Akia Pruitt and Tyrell Kirk as well. 11 and 13, 17 and 10 respectively. Kinsey misses the second, and a foul against Murray Boyles. Trying to grab that board. That means we'll go to the other end and shoot more free throws. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Francis Marion. Should this one end the way we expect it to, UNCP will improve to 15-3 on the season, 10-2 in the Peach Belt. As with now 7 seconds left in Augusta, USC Aiken leads 79-76. So that one's coming down to the wire. Augusta may have a chance to win it. They have the ball in a timeout right now, so they'll have a shot for a 3 to tie the game. As Winston Hill hits the front end. of the 1-1, 84-68 our tally. So that one will be wrapping up just about the same time this one ends as well. UNCP trying to put the finishing touches on another home victory. Winston Hill comes out, or Kendall Wall rather comes out. Kendall Wall comes in rather. Oh, it's been a long day. Braves out ahead. Murray Boyles fouled on the way to the rim.
Let's go back to the free throw line.
Game slowing down here in the final 2 minutes. This is a real impressive defensive effort from UNCP, unless there's a wild scoring barrage from the Patriots in the final 2 minutes. Murray Boyles has 2 at the line, makes the first. Francis Marion averages 90 points a game. Braves have held them, so they're most likely under 80 or 85. Braves themselves have scored 85. Just a solid performance from this UNCP squad defending home turf.
They've really defended the 3-ball today from Francis Marion. They just really haven't gotten the 3-ball to go in today. It's been a tough day for the Patriots.
Here's Jaquez Smith lining one up. The rebound, Akia Pruitt controls it and is fouled by Ryan Davis. So more free throws upcoming. This one probably out of reach at this point for Francis Marion. For Davis, that's his first foul. Looking ahead for UNCP, they'll be back at home again on Saturday when they take on Flagler at 3:30 p.m. That'll be the second half of the doubleheader with the women's game starting at 1:30. And Pruitt at the line, he's got 11. A double, 11 and 14 for him, reaching that 1,000-point milestone. You know, that's not something a lot of guys get to say in their collegiate career, and he's done it now just in his junior season.
That's a huge accomplishment for Pruitt. He's got to be very proud of himself. He's really been a hard worker for this Braves basketball team.
BBC Defensive Player of the Year last season, second team All-Peach Belt at the conclusion of the year, All-Conference pick at the start of this season. He's lived up to those expectations and handled them really well. We have a cool story coming out about Akia as he misses the second free throw that our very own Chris Clayton did for the Black and Gold Report. Be sure not to miss it Saturday mornings as Pruitt able to pick up the board. Out and running, Murray Boyles trying for the slam and fouled hard by Kendall Wall. But Akia has a, well, you could say a little bit of a softer side to him in his spare time. Loves to paint. Artistic expression gets that out of him. He's a real aggressive guy on the court, plays hard, but still has that ability to have another outlet off the court. He's an art major as well. Just one of those cool things you don't see when you're watching him out on the court. Boyles at the line for 2. JB silently now with 14 points. Just slow and steady wins the race. Braves coming up on 90 points in this game. 2 out of 2 for Murray Boyles. He'll come out. Carson mounts to replace him for the final minute, 27. UNCP, their largest lead of the game at 20.
It's been a very balanced offensive attack today from the Braves.
There were a couple of times where this game could have gotten out of the hands of the Braves. But nonetheless, when Francis Marion got it to within 5 at the start of the second half, that was a huge turning point for the Braves to say, no, we're stopping this run here. We're coming back into control. The Braves will call a timeout here to allow substitutions. Jordan Cloud, Jay Hicks coming into the game, as well as Forrest Powell. Nice moment. Some of the guys who don't get in as often as Francis Marion will do the same. Trey Jones coming into the game. Gabriel Dickerson as well. For the final minute 09, Cam Hamilton in for David Struthers. We get a flurry of substitutions. Douglas Dwight into the game as well. So it's Dickerson, Perry, Dwight, Smith, and Jones on the floor for Francis Marion. Kinsey, Hamilton, Cloud, Mounts, and Powell. So we'll try and see if any of the walk-ons put their names in the scorer's book, but Hamilton jacks up the 3, nearly wedgies in. Cloud the offensive board. The crowd egging them on, trying to get them to shoot a three. Here's Hicks. Stops, picks up his dribble again, out wide for Cloud, open for three, can't hit. Mounts pokes back the offensive board, picked up by Hicks right underneath, and he's fouled. With 38.5 left to play here in this one, Cloud had that wide open look. You know he wanted it.
The crowd wanted it too, as everybody gasped as he missed it.
And Jay Hicks good on his first free throw, his first points of the game. What a defensive stand here for the Braves in the final 3 minutes. They have not allowed a field goal for the Patriots to fall. See if they can't get anything here in the final couple of minutes. Dwight from three won't go, mounts the rebound. And with 25 seconds to go, the Braves just got to get it across half court, and it'll dribble out the clock for the end of this one. UNCP with a 91-69 victory here over Francis Marion, as Alex Cox giving Jay Hicks a tough time. Jordan Cloud in the post, can't hit. Francis Marion's gonna race back the other way, try and put up some points. So the buzzer sounds, Cox for three, hits it with .3. So I got ahead of myself. Thought the Braves could hold it tight till the end, but there goes the buzzer. It's a 91-72 win for UNCP, through and through. At the start, it wasn't pretty, but by the end, the Braves wrestled control of this game and said, we're taking this one.
They really played well defensively, especially in the second half. They shot the ball very well, 47% for the day. They held Francis Marion, who was just an offensive juggernaut. They really held them only to 72 points per game, a team that averages 90 per game. Unbelievable performance by the Braves.
And just as we go final, down in Augusta, it has gone final as well. USD Aiken picks up the win, 79-76. So Aiken improves to 17-1, 11-1 in the Peach Belt, their only loss having been to Francis Marion. So Aiken stays atop the conference. The Braves separate themselves a little bit here and stay in second place at now 10-2 in the conference. Francis Marion falls to 9-3 overall in PBC play, 13-4 overall. Looking through the box score for UNCP, a couple of double-doubles. Kia Pruitt, 12-10. Tyrell Kirk, or 12-15 rather for Pruitt, 17-11 for Tyrell Kirk. Murray Boyles poured in 15 as well. Micah Kinsey, he had 4 assists in this one. David Struther, 4 steals as well. That was one thing that gets lost in the second half of play, was that handiness from Kinsey and Struther that spurred on the Braves offense at the end of the first half.
Especially, and another thing to look at the Braves today, their free throw shooting. Shot 17 for 20 from the charity stripe. That is very well, 85%. That's very well free throw shooting.
Ben Miller loves it when his team hits on all facets of their game. The Braves did just that, out-rebounding Francis Marion to the tune of 27 positive to UNCP as the Braves down Francis Marion. Our final score, one final time. It's UNCP 91 and Francis Marion 72. For Brandon Hodge, I've been Sam Jelinek, our producer-director Chris Clayton as well. He'll have the call of the men's game on Saturday as UNCP hosts Flagler at 3:30 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to tune in next time here on the UNCP Sports Network.